Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Faeforge Academy, the Reclamation project. I am your player this time, Steven, but your Faeforge host, friend, producer, person. Welcome. The Faeforge Academy, we are a 5e typically stream, though some other stuff happens on here too sometimes, mostly just me editing podcasts or talking, which is weird to do. Before we get started, we have a couple logistics things. The first is, if this is your first time here, we have one overarching rule, and that is respect. We respect each other's identity, race, background, history, and if you show any form of bigotry that goes against any of that, we will remove you, or our mods will remove you immediately. So that's just kind of the standard we have here. We expect that from the chat to us in stream, as well as the chat to each other. We are affiliated with Found Familiar Coffee and Greenleaf Geek Dice, so if you use the code Faeforge at either of those, that supports the stream and the podcast. Thanks to Roll20, we are part of their Spotlight program, so some of the tools we get to use have been provided by them, which is super awesome. We got that, and I think we're going to have some fun. So, we've got another little bumper video for you, and then I hand it over to Chris. Are y'all ready? All right. See you in about a minute.
Evastria heals, much like each of us heal from battles, heartache, and betrayal. Though slow and steady, the world heals at a pace most mortals cannot perceive. The shattering cruelly separated the planes, causing ripples of trauma across the realm. Those of us who witness such cruelty must also heal in order to become whole once again. Last time, 4 yet-to-be reborn heroes found themselves to be my guests. Through powerful magics of what some might believe to be of an illusory sort, they were given gifts to guide them on a journey yet to be defined. Walking along the foundation of Riverheart, these 4 intrepid elements of change made their way from the Tavern of Gifts and Secrets, known only to a select number as the Scallywags Respite, and on towards the mining district and the scene of an ongoing disturbance. Let us now return to Evastria's burgeoning heroes as they come face to face with a past they may have all but forgotten.
All right, Chris, it is over to you.
Thank you, Stephen. My name is Chris Geary, and I am your DM for the Reclamation Project. Before we jump back in, I want to have each one of our players remind us of who you are and who you're playing. So I'm going to go across the top, and I'm going to start with Prince.
Oh, hey everybody, I'm Prince, also known as Zipples and Dice around the internet, and I am playing Drasus. I am a fighter. I'm very old. Both of our pronouns are he, him.
And on over to Leona.
Hello, my name is Leona, known in a lot of places as the Leona Maple. Today I am playing Sunflower, our Warforged Clockwork Soul Sorcerer, and both of our pronouns are she, her.
And though Stephen needs no introduction, remind us of who you're playing.
I am playing Vincent, who is a little older than Drasus, and his pronouns are he, him.
And then last but definitely not least, B.
Hello, I am B, known as B Zelda on the internet, they, them, and I am playing Morticia and Adam. And, well, I don't think they have any understanding about age because you live forever, just like shadows do. But, you know, I'm a rogue fairy, and that has to stand for something.
Correct. And definitely a rogue, as Morticia stole the hearts of the audience last week.
That was really good.
So, as the introduction reminded us, we last saw our group leaving what looked now like a rundown building after a scuffle with some brigands who may or may not have been real. There were skeletons or bits of them left behind, but yeah. And they made their way through the city of Riverheart, well, the mists of Riverheart, and toward the mining district, which takes them inside the stone mountain or cliffside that Riverheart is built against. And on the other side of the gate, we find the 4 of them, just as they've passed through with a group of others that move to and from the mines at all hours of day and night. What you all see to the left of you is a series of buildings, the backs of many of them, as they create kind of the outer ring of the mining market. This is where a lot of trade goes down for, implements of actual mining, which makes it very convenient, but also other forms of trade in the mists. This is probably the primary place to find anything in this of the 3 tiers. The primary mercantile tier is the one just above the calling. But for this area, this kind of setup, is where you would be able to find goods of a variety of sorts, most of which are, mundane, but it is also sometimes called by those who visit it frequently the lantern market, as each shop or stall actually spends time and money over the years to furnish a unique lantern that kind of represents their spot. And so that's the interesting details along the left-hand side of the pathway. Along the right, you'll see dotted with buildings, most of them residential. You can hear the soft kind of, shall we say, plop of water as condensation drips from cavern ceiling to the pool behind the waterfall that lives just beyond the buildings. Down the path leads toward the mines, which is currently where the stone is tugging Drasus toward the disturbance, according to the guardsman that you saw, of an earth elemental sort.
Yeah, I suspect Drasus is just like, we need to continue on. This thing is taking us here, and well, y'all aren't scared of a little potential danger, are you?
What's danger if you're not alive? Wait, what?
Drasus looks over. That's a good question for Vincent, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that would be.
I'm sure danger. Yay.
Am I alive?
That's a good question for a god or two, probably. I can't really help you on that one.
There's the pinch test. If you pinch yourself and you feel it, you're real.
Perfect.
My face is metal. I don't know if I'll feel it.
Oh, then you're not real.
Well,
I don't think that's a very good definition of real. We were going for definition of alive.
Oh.
I don't know. You have thoughts? Do you feel emotions, Sunflower?
I do. I have thoughts and emotions.
Perfect.
So I
Did not
suppose-
being called not real hurt your feelings?
No, it's just puzzling. Just a little disorienting, I suppose.
I'm so sorry to your disoriented feelings.
You're alive and
Quite
well.
all right.
You've checked off everything that I feel like is required for being alive.
Oh, good. I'm alive.
Oh, I'm gonna make a checklist.
That'd probably be good for you,
You've
I think.
I'll let Adam do the actual writing. That seems like a lot of work. So, are we still walking?
Yes. Existential questions aside.
You've got that magic rock. I think it's your lead, young
I don't know
buck.
if I'd want to call it that exactly.
Isn't it called Whimsy? Whimsy, the magic compass rock.
We'll just go with whimsy.
Okay, I mean, the whole title's kind of amazing, but,
Great. And Vincent is like, the more we have these sorts of conversations, the more annoyed and what's the right word? There's an entitled nature about him that is just bothered.
I like that. Okay.
There we go. One thing that you will notice is that you kind of get moved along regardless of if you want to or not, just because of the sheer number of folks.
Mhm.
Stopping would probably not go well. So just unless of course you step off of the main walkway. So you'd be making progress regardless as you wander toward the deeper into the mines. They're often referred to as the Copper Ridge Mines
Okay.
because one of the primary elements that was mined here was copper. They still strike copper veins from time to time, but they actually have found a variety of different minerals and stones that they quarry from here.
I mean, as far as moving through crowds goes, Dracis does like he's big. The crowd moves for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so if y'all aren't following close, Dracis is probably not paying too much attention because he has the idea, well, you're all adults here, and I'm not taking a child around, so move. Follow.
Dracis, I have like a question that is the most important question you will ever be asked.
I doubt it, but go ahead.
It's not that I'm tired of walking or flying, but I sometimes like to move my legs, so it looks like I'm walking. But could I sit on the little flat part of your horn while you walk through crowds? There's an impressive part that the humans do, almost like you're all powerful. But it's really just you.
Sure, whatever. Just don't put your feet in front of my eyes.
Oh, no worries. All right, I got free transportation.
Vincent is following pretty close behind, very clearly trying not to touch anyone in this crowded space.
Gotcha. Doing the little like side shimmy in certain
Yeah.
situations.
If someone starts coming in close, he'll stick his cane out and just kind of direct them around him.
Nice.
I think Sunflower. Admittedly, I'm also the type of person where if I bump into a mannequin, don't realize it's a mannequin, I apologize to them, and I think Sunflower is kind of channeling that energy in this moment, where as soon as she bumps into anyone, oh, pardon me, and just keeps moving, and it's like if anyone stops to stare because she's a Warforged, she doesn't know, she just keeps moving.
Bump into a dog, apologize to the dog.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Amazing.
And it doesn't take too much longer as you make your way through the hustle and bustle and down into an area where you notice a large gathering. The flow kind of ends, and people are being directed toward what would be your left and down different passageways of the mine. But toward what would be the right, you see it kind of cordoned off. A few city guard kind of doing the directing of traffic and letting people know nothing to see here. We've got it all handled, so on and so forth. You can hear some rumbling in the distance that direction, and that is the direction that the compass is pulling.
Andrasis just stops, turns towards those guards, and like, what is the it that you have handled?
They kind of just continue to repeat what they've said so far. Be like, it's okay. We've got it taken care of.
I need to go down there.
Yes. I'll kind of put a hand on Dracis, and step forward to the guards and say, "Look, I know that you are doing your jobs, and I'm sure you're doing a wonderful job. We've actually been sent to come down here and take care of this. We're sort of, I guess you could say we've been called, but we're here to take care of the rest of the problem that is in your way, so you can go about with your boring lives and let us do what we need to do."
You'll notice about partway through what you're saying that the city guard which you're speaking to sort of like stiffens a little bit and shakes their head and turns and looks at you and goes, "Oh, okay," and kind of steps to the side, making an opening for you all.
Good lad.
That was easy.
And I'll start walking in like I own the place.
All right, onward and forward.
Well done, young buck.
I'm literally like 6 times older than you. I don't.
Does it really count if you're like a walking corpse, though?
Yes.
Like dog years.
And I would like if you would stop throwing those accusations around. Just because you think you smelled something doesn't mean anything.
No, it means a lot. I've smelled poop, bad diapers, all kinds of things. I'm pretty good with my nose.
Look where we are. Everything smells god-awful down here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You included. Congrats. Drassus just keeps walking, following the stone.
That was incredible. Shit. Oh my god. That needs to be a clip.
Drassus is such a charmer.
10-10, all the charm.
See, chat says Drassus and Vincent are dating before the campaign's end.
Oh my. So, as you all make your way down, you'll notice basically that the guards don't seem to give you any mind after you pass by. And you make your way, following the rumbling sound, you'll be able to discern which shaft you should follow. And it doesn't take much longer, oddly enough, as you make good time and you start to see a cloud of dust obscuring anything else, or the light coming from lanterns down a particular shaft.
I've always wanted to go mine diving. That's a hobby, right?
I don't think that's working.
Is that helping?
I'm trying, though. No.
Oh, it's just gonna make me, and I'm gonna send myself flying a little bit.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Vincent's every time, like he's checking every inch of his outfit every second and just like trying to keep as much dust off of him as possible.
Oh my goodness, good luck.
You really need prestidigitation.
I know.
I have prestidigitation.
Gotta ask for help
My
then.
bar would volunteer.
He's like, I hate.
Constantly just clean.
You are quite a good friend to have around. I hate being in these mines. It's been a long time since I've been in one of them, and
I'm happy to be of assistance.
You two seem eager to figure stuff out with the blowing and the sneezing. Why don't you check what's happening up there?
Well, I would like to jump into a mine shaft.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Have a lovely time.
Sounds great. Bye.
Hold on. Before you go,
what?
if you don't mind, could I just if I touch you, I could just see through your eyes, and I could stay back here, and I could also get a picture of what's going on.
Ew.
It
No.
won't- Okay, that's fine.
No, only Adam gets to see through my eyes.
What?
My eyes are, I could pluck out my eyeballs and give them to you,
No,
but
I
that's the
don't-
only way I would
no.
allow it.
But Adam, would you mind talking to Morticia and see if that's okay?
Adam, stop. Why would you want? He's dead.
Why do you keep spreading rumors about me?
I mean, Adam started it, but
What if it tickles?
but
Will you laugh if it tickles?
what?
I don't know. Like,
Let's
does
find
magic
out.
tickle?
Usually,
Mhm.
that or like a head scratcher where it just feels like.
Are you like talking out loud, and do we hear Adam?
I don't think anybody hears Adam. It's just
Okay, so I'm just like hearing you talk to nothing. I mean, I know
Mhm.
Adam's real, but like I don't see anyone. So Dress is just like, this is very confusing one-sided conversation that's happening right now. And should I just keep walking?
I'm ready.
Okay,
My eyeballs are yours.
I just put my hand I put a finger on your shoulder, and you would feel a little bit of cold for a second. And I also reach out and steady myself on Sunflower, just like on a shoulder, forgetting that it's been a long time since I've done this, that I can't see when I do this. I can only see through your eyes, and my eyes go completely white. So you just feel a little touch of cold for a second.
No worries. Sunflower's got your back.
Are you blind now? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I can see me through you. So I guess that means blind, but I can only see through
That
your
sounds
eyes.
disorienting.
Don't cover your...
What about now?
No, I can see that. Yes, good job. You covered your eyes. Now you can't see.
Okay.
me.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Great. Have fun.
Bye, Sunflower.
See you soon.
So Drasus and Morticia are headed into the dust cloud.
Yeah, seems like a safe option.
Drasus can't see as this gets darker and darker, but Drasus doesn't care.
Fair enough. Now, I have a question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What languages did everybody take?
Oh dear.
Ooh.
I picked up for my additional languages Dwarvish and Orc, but I speak Minotaur and Common as well.
Okay.
Dwarvish, Minotaur, and Sylvan.
Okay.
Dwarvish, Infernal, Common, Abyssal. Sylvan.
Okay.
Common, Elvish, and Giant Eagle.
Nice.
Isn't that like a grocery store?
I think of a Giant Eagle from the Lord of the Rings. I forgot about that choice.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Now knowing that, I'm going to have to see if I can make an encounter with a giant eagle at some point.
Please.
Um,
Please.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I can't let that go to waste.
There's some deep backstory behind that right there.
Oh my.
And if there's not, we're going to make up some backstory. So, all right. The rumbling gets louder, but not, let me say more distinct.
Mhm.
So it doesn't necessarily increase in volume as you continue into the dust cloud, but it does become like there's a pattern to it of sorts, instead of just random noise of moving of rocks. It's now more of some sort of speech pattern.
Oh. Process. Do you speak rock?
That's a language?
I mean, anything can be a language.
Dwarves talk to rocks, and I can talk to dwarves, but I don't know if that's like
What?
The
Dwarves
same
talk to
thing.
rocks? I thought
Yeah.
everybody. Have all my conversations with rocks these times been one-sided?
I have a feeling you're very good at one-sided conversations.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right.
As
Hello, rock person.
this conversation's happening, I turn to Sunflower and say, "They're having a strange conversation about talking to rocks. I have a feeling this is going to go poorly. So,
Oh dear.
and there's a rock talking in rock language.
But I'm afraid I don't know rock language, but I may have something that can help.
Oh, should we follow them then, or?
Yes,
stay back?
if you trust me, I'm happy to guide you, walk with you.
Sure, and once we're close enough, I can just drop this magic.
Okay.
I'll keep you updated. And I'll just have like sort of a running narration of what's happening through Morticia's eyes.
Okay. And I just realized that now there's an even like additional reason for the cane. Help steady you while you can't see.
Oh, multi-purpose.
That's cool. So you will find, so the movement doesn't cease. It doesn't seem like whatever is going on is paying the two of you any mind. It seems fairly intent on its current position. As you get closer, you're going to hit a point, Drasus, where you start to feel the earth beneath your feet move. This will be considered difficult terrain if you stay here or move into it. If you take a step back, you are off of difficult terrain. This is like the threshold of that.
Why are you not moving? Onward, steed!
Okay. You do that one again, and you'll have to buzz off.
Okay, I understand. Even Adam said that was too much.
Yeah. Well, the ground here is really messed up. And we can go further, but it's going to be slow going.
I could just fly in and check it out. If I don't come back, I don't come back. But, I'll do my best.
Okay. Be careful, and if all else fails, hide in a crack in the wall. You probably can fit.
Oh, the cracks of walls that I've hid in. Yeah, okay. And they're going to take off.
All right. The first thing I would like from you as you do is a Constitution saving throw.
Are you sure you want that?
Mm-hmm. Your target number is a 10. We're not looking for huge numbers here.
Well, I got a 7. Can I use one of those D4s that I had from last session?
Yes, you still have guidance. Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go.
Hey, got me a 10.
You get kind of like, you breathe in some of the dust and you have to clear your throat, and you figure if you breathe too heavily, you might end up coughing or choking on the air. So be careful of the amount of dust in the air.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It also impedes your speed a little bit as you fly because it's making the air a little heavier than normal. But nothing like that I want to mechanically do, just more role play through at this point.
Okay. I mean, just about a heavy wind is difficult terrain sometimes for Morticia, so this feels right.
There you go.
I also would like to imagine, so I was reading the Gaze of Two Minds that I'm using, and it says I perceive through the willing humanoid senses. And so I imagine every time Morticia sneezes, I also sneeze.
I love that. I love it.
Oh, that's great. Are your sneezes quite as cute as Morticia's?
I'm gonna say yes.
Delightful.
I live for that.
Sunflower is absolutely unfazed because she has no idea, and it's just like, bless you. Oh my, bless you. Just mechanically over and over again. Like it's like it doesn't change in tone or pace or anything.
No, the fairy flew into a bunch of dust.
Ooh, that does sound unpleasant.
You will get to what you believe to be the epicenter. And the passageway narrows upward. So there's a rise in the floor, like a big mound of sorts of moving and rolling and rumbling rock.
Okay. I'm gonna fly on up.
The fairy's gonna die.
What?
It just feels like this is where this is going.
That seems a bit presumptuous, but all right.
They're flying straight towards moving rocks. I don't.
Oh my. Okay. Yes. Possibly. You may be
How
right.
long before they close it on Drasus?
Oh, they should be closing in on Drasus here fairly quickly. I assume that they're going a little slower in pace because Sunflower is leading someone who cannot see at this point in time.
Gotcha.
So I expected more like the leading of the elderly kind of pace.
So gentle.
you know.
Yeah, she'd be very slow and careful about it for sure.
And Drastic just over there talking to himself like, I told the fairy to hide in the wall. They hide in the wall, and the rocks are moving. Oh.
It's just occurred to Drassus? Did this just...
Pancake Morty.
At least we got those temporary hit points.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, I was thinking that too. But I love that it dawned on Drassus. I love that. What you find from where you are currently, Morticia, other than the dust cloud, it kind of dissipates. Think of like the eye of the storm. So it's still here, but it's much less, like you're at the edge of it again. And beneath you is this pile of rubble that's almost shaped like a hunched humanoid figure, but like broad like Drassus, maybe a little broader than Drassus, and definitely a little more surly than Drassus.
Could I land on the top of their head?
You can land on the top of what you might think is their head, yes.
Yeah, the thing that is shaped like the smaller round part on top of their body.
Fair enough.
Could be a shoulder hump, could be a head. Only one way to find out.
Mm-hmm. As you do, it does not seem to notice you.
I'll stomp around a little bit. Hello, rock person! Looking for a rock person! Rock person! Rock person! I don't speak your language, but I want to be your friend. And rinse and repeat.
After, a good, we'll say round and a half of that rendition, the movement stops. And you find yourself on what you think is probably more like a shoulder hump as the rock moves and shifts and a face kind of appears in it and looks at you.
Oh, greetings.
And the mouth moves and the same kind of sounds that you heard before come from it.
I don't speak rock.
I'm narrating this all to the group. I'm like,
I'm getting really strong Dory talking to whale vibes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like
100%.
Sunflower's just hearing all this and being like, oh my.
Sunflower.
Perhaps just pick up the pace just a tiny bit.
And this is about the point where you'll catch up with Drassus, and the dust starts to settle, and the movement of stone at your feet, Drassus, has also settled. And the face looks at Morticia, and you hear a much slower pace, similar to like what you just did.
Okay, so that's fascinating. Okay, let's start from the beginning. My name is Morticia. If I ever had any friends, I would ask them to call me Morty, but I don't really have any of those yet. I do have Adam. Adam is behind me. They're kind of like my shadow. They hang out with me. They're like my best bud because I've never really been able to make a best bud because you have the opportunity to be the best bud I've ever had. I actually do have some friends. I just remembered about them. I've been living with them for quite some time now. Maybe you get to meet them. I should probably let them know. Actually, I'm sharing my eyeballs and Morticia's gonna take the time to speed run word vomit the past, 2 hours.
Nice.
been traveling together for a long time.
And
So
this,
if I was just hearing all of this through Vincent, and it's just like, oh my God! Please, somebody stop her! Can we stop her? Please, please, please! I have something that might fix this. Should we stop her? Should we stop her? Should we stop her? Should we stop her?
Okay. I think we can keep going right now. The ground was a little rumbly and hard to move on before, but I think we can move along. Hopefully, she keeps it distracted.
Excellent.
and the dust has been settling for a while, and your vision starts to come like clear up, and you're able to see. And honestly, this is all happening maybe 10 feet in front of you.
Well,
I drop the Gaze of Two Minds.
Sunflower kind of like looks inside her. She's got a little traveling pack on her. And she is going to pull out a potion of comprehension.
Hey!
Gain the effects of comprehend languages for 1 hour. And
Excellent.
she'll pull it out and just show it to the group and say, perhaps this will help us?
Oh, these are the friends I was talking about.
And the face kind of shifts on the body and looks over in y'all's direction. So just imagine like this pile, this humanoid pile of rocks that kind of has limbs, but the face just moves to whatever part to look in whatever direction it
You know the
wants to look.
Sandman from Spider-Man?
yes.
Yeah.
Like those vibes, but rocks.
Yes.
Cool. This is my friend Rocky. Everybody, Rocky.
Hello, Rocky.
What's that, Rocky? Yeah, I know. I'm really good at picking names. I picked my own name. I picked Adam's name. I mean, I've named everything I've ever met. That's not true, but I like to name things.
I really hope she doesn't name me.
I think that whatever you have in that little vial, if you think it will help, I think go for it. Because I'm pretty sure whatever Morticia thinks the rock just said is probably not correct. I say that with the utmost respect, Morticia, but I think you're very right.
What? Oh.
Sunflower does not hesitate once she gets kind of the go-ahead from Vincent, and will absolutely drink the thing without another moment's pause, because, oh dear goodness. Oh boy.
And the creature kind of stares as this is going on, and the face kind of moves so it can look at Morticia and then back at the group. And you think if it could, it raises an eyebrow when you drink the potion.
And Sunflower's just going to try it. She's going to be like, hello, do you understand me?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. What is your name?
And you get that same kind of like strange sound again.
I see. Well,
It has no translation.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Rocky.
Oh boy. I'm very sorry to disturb you. To tell you the truth, I'm not entirely certain what we're doing here, but we were guided here. Are you all right?
Lost. I
You're
know
lost?
it's here somewhere.
You lost something. You know it's here somewhere. I'm very sorry. What did you lose?
I can't remember.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But it's here. I know it's here.
I understand.
Question. Is the stone that I'm carrying still pulling me towards something?
It is not.
Sunflower's face does not change, but Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And I say this to the group. I'm like, the stone is. This is where we're supposed to be. Whatever is happening is here.
Oh, what was your prophecy again?
I forgot to type them up for you. Absolution is of the earth.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay, so we found Earth, like Earth dirt. Now what?
Did Sunflower communicate what Rocky is saying?
I was just about to say that, like, you see this, like, even though Sunflower's face can't move, you see this, like, sort of slump to her body. Like, it's just this deep sadness that just kind of rolls over her. And she to the stone creature, she says, "One moment, please." And she'll turn to the rest of the group and she'll say, our friend here has lost something. And doesn't remember what it is, but knows it's here.
What? Rocky doesn't know what they lost?
No.
Maybe he has something in common with us.
That's perhaps, yes.
And I think Drassus would hand Sunflower the stone. It's like, maybe this will help him. I don't know.
Okay.
Him.
She'll take the stone and turn back to quote unquote Rocky. And offer it to them and just say, I wonder if holding this would help you? She'll kind of hold it out.
Can you
Oh
clarify
God, I hope he doesn't crush that thing.
that we're gonna need that?
The
back?
elemental, like, puts out a hand.
It's too late for y'all. Like, Sunflower is just going on full trust, so y'all don't get a word in. Just saying. And as he puts out a hand, she'll just very carefully place it in the palm of his hand and see what happens.
And you'll watch the Whimsy Stone sink into the elemental's hand. And its eyes flash a bit of light, and it returns to digging in the earth.
Do you remember?
I must find it. And it
What is
starts
it?
to go. And it starts to sink into the ground and move down the shaft.
Oh,
Wait.
Rocky.
Can we help?
What is Rocky doing?
Morticia, if you're still sitting on Rocky,
Mhm.
the elemental is still partially above ground, and you're going with it as it moves.
Okay. Go for the ride. Sunflower, what did Rocky say?
They're looking for it. They said they must look for it. Friend, please, perhaps we can help you. Like, so Sunflower's like moving alongside, like trying to keep up with this elemental.
It moves at 30 feet,
Okay.
so it's the same speed.
Okay, yeah.
It is a large creature, so it does not move swiftly,
Okay.
but
And
it
and
moves
it's
determined.
and it's digging down.
It went deeper, like beneath where you all are standing.
Mm-hmm.
So if before you felt like 2/3 to 3/4 of its shape was above the surface, now maybe a fourth of its shape is above the surface.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So instead of taking up most of the shaft, it's like an inconvenient boulder in the path.
Got it.
Well, should we put on our best finding hats?
I think we should see where this goes. It could
Yes.
be interesting.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, quit your belly aching. It'll be fine.
I will prestidigitate you clean after, I assure you.
Um,
I have mending too, so do not fret.
Okay. Wonderful. We'll help this rock creature dig for something we don't know what it is.
Someone's at my door.
Could I insight Rocky? Okay, so hear me out, because like Morticia obviously doesn't really think in any linear form.
No.
She's inferred a lot about this rock.
Mm-hmm.
Could I infer something else about Rocky based off of like I'm standing on top of her
Mm-hmm.
shape?
Mm-hmm.
We're unsure what part of the body it is. But I feel like, Rocky and I have a connection, and that could tell me something.
Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and do it with disadvantage.
Okay, let me roll it again. All right, that's a 6.
And that one, just what we needed.
Timing.
Morticia isn't sure exactly what's going on, but you get this like overwhelming excitement of finding something,
Okay.
which is kind of contagious, especially to a character like Morticia.
Yes, I think I probably start like a dwarven chant about digging.
Love it.
Is there anything else in this like tunnel that like just seems off or weird or anything like that could help piece together what this rock friend might be missing?
Excellent. Give me a give me a history check with but you add in your perception bonus to it.
So if I'm proficient in both of those,
Just
I'm
the wisdom bonus then
okay,
is what you would add.
okay. So, drop the intelligence bonus or keep that as well.
No, you keep that as well.
Okay,
this is on top of it. So roll history and then
Okay, so
add
it'll
whatever
be
your wisdom
plus
bonus
3
is.
more.
There you go. So that's a 23.
Yeah.
Or
I didn't use the guidance, so it'll be a 20. I don't know why
okay.
I don't know why I added that guidance.
Oh, okay. So it'll be a 20. Excellent. You will note that this is clearly an older shaft based by some of the materials that have been used for the cross beams and the lighting. And part of that is because they are clearly of dwarven make with dwarven runes on them, like Maker's Mark type runes. And the dwarves, the Stonecutters Guild of Riverheart was very influential in the creation of anything that's inside the cliffside of Riverheart, including this particular set of mines. Since then, other groups have taken over the mining operations, but they kind of got the ball rolling, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And so this shaft alone may not actually be mined anymore. Mm-hmm. It might be prospected for things, but not actively digging anything out, or used for storage or that sort of thing, because it's easily a century old.
Okay. I'll just give that knowledge to the rest of the group. There shouldn't be much down here to find, so I assume whatever it is that is lost should be noticeable, should be of of note since everything has been... It's been 100 years since anybody's really mined in here.
Well, I mean... Okay. Thinking is a rock. This is all rock. Maybe it lost part of itself.
How do you find part of a rock person in a mine full of rocks?
I don't know. I'm not rock.
Morty, you, if you don't mind, I apologize. I know you said...
Dig the rock.
Well, I was
Dig
just...
the what?
You just tend to have some, you see things a little bit different than some of us. Do you have any
I need
ideas?
a dex save from all of you as you're saying this.
Oh, good. Great.
Yeah, I have eyes. I see.
Yikes.
Oh, wow, we all did not do great.
The because of the way the saves have played out, I'm going to assume that Sunflower is closest, kind of behind a bit, as Drasus and Vincent have kind of pushed their way closer to the rock. Vincent to speak to Morticia in this moment, and Drasus kind of in a I'll take the lead in case we run into something sort of motif, if that's okay with you, Leona.
Absolutely.
And the floor literally gives out and falls away.
Oh, shit.
Because, Morticia, you can fly, you technically do not fall. Rocky does.
No, Rocky.
And Sunflower, you're more kind of like sliding down the collapsing wall.
Oh, no.
Then falling straight down.
Oh, no.
So you will, it'll slow your descent a bit before that even gives out.
Okay.
And all of you will fall about 25 feet.
Oh, okay.
Well, except for, of course, Morticia, because as soon as Morticia remembers that Morticia can fly,
there is a moment,
they
though.
stop flying. I mean,
Oh,
currently
yeah.
they're very enraptured in cheering on Rocky. So, yeah, I get it.
Is there are we taking any damage or anything like that, or is it just the falling?
Just the falling damage. If you don't have anything to stop it.
No, I don't.
Desperately looking.
And it's
Anybody
remind me
feather fall?
again. I'm rusty. It's D6 per 10 feet, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, heck.
So, Sunflower, you're basically going to take half. And everyone else will take whatever this rolls from your temporary hit points at this stage. Three.
Oh,
Minimum damage.
You'll love to see it.
Wonderful.
There
That's
you
great.
go. Oh, there is additional guidance for Morticia.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you.
And there's also guidance for Vincent. I
Perfect.
see that. And earlier, I think we missed it.
I was given a
Tiny
guidance.
poison. Yeah, there was guidance given. And then also, Chris, aka Tiny Poison, wants to make sure everybody is hydrated. So if you have not taken a drink, take a drink.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything healthy in Diet Sprite, but
And
Bagley hydrates.
we're going to go ahead and take a short break, a few minutes.
Okay.
That way, if any of us need to refill our cup, as I do, we can, or run to the restroom. We can be right back. I'd say 5 minutes or less.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds
We'll
great.
see y'all in 5.
And we're back. Refreshed, ready to rock and roll. Ha.
Oh,
Unintentional, but
Was it?
so good? So good. My cheese knows no bounds, and we find ourselves in an unlit space.
Oh, do I have dark vision?
That's a good question. There is the hint of light in the opening above, but you know, you're 2.5 stories away from the mine shaft. It doesn't really reach the bottom, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Drassus lights a torch.
There we go.
You're so practical.
Yeah, I'm also I'm gonna get out a lamp as well and light
Nice.
it.
Is everyone okay?
Actually, yes. I'm surprised.
Oh,
I thought my knees might give out.
was it fun?
No,
No.
why? What?
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
As
Adam
you,
said they were jealous.
yeah, Adam doesn't get the thrill of falling anymore.
The
Sunflower.
small things you miss.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to get any more information from this friend?
yes. I'll endeavor to do my best.
Where is Rocky?
As you look around, you'll notice that the space that you are in is much wider than the space that you fell from.
Okay.
It's open, obviously, from in a but in a domed fashion. Now, this is a natural dome, but from here, those of you, let's see, how far does lamplight shine? Does it make it 30 feet? I know torchlight makes it 15.
Bright light 15, dim light additional 30.
Okay.
So total of 45.
So it's this basically the same as the torch, right?
Yeah. Vincent, because of your check earlier with history and looking around, you're going to notice some of the same style of construction around the edge of the broken opening. But it fades into a natural dome. So it's like they hit a natural cavern with this and then patched over it. And the structure gave way when the earth elemental dug through it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. This was sealed off for some reason.
Like, you mean this room existed already?
Yeah, before the shaft we were in,
Looks like it.
they were digging and found it. It looks like and sealed it up.
We're gonna find treasure!
As you look around, you will find the earth elemental slowly and carefully moving toward, we'll say, the northwestern, if we position ourselves in the center, just to give ourselves not literal compass directions, but just for navigating this space. And it's not exactly a circle, but it is, I don't know, because the walls are flat in spots, not rounded, and it has like corners, but maybe 10-sided. So not an octagon, but a decahedron or whatever that might be. Somebody who's better with math, you let me know in chat. Or I should say geometry specifically. and they're headed toward kind of like the northwestern section, but they're moving slowly. You don't know if they were hurt or if they're being cautious at this point. And as you look out, you'll notice that you can see the hint of where the walls are, but from the center, you're guessing it's probably 50 feet radius.
Okay.
This is a very large space.
Vast.
So you can't like make out details of the walls unless you choose to move closer. So you can follow the elemental, you could circle the room, you could split up at this point. What do you wish to do?
If I may, I think it may make the most sense, since Sunflower can still communicate with the elemental, for Sunflower to stay with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So she's probably going to head in that direction so that she can try and talk to them and make sure they're okay, or figure out what's going on.
And I think Drasis would probably follow Sunflower, because Drasis suggested that we give the elemental the Whimsy Stone.
Yeah.
And so Drasis sort of feels a little bit bad that maybe this thing has destroyed the stone. We might have needed that. We might have needed it.
I'm
ahead.
just best friends with Rocky, so of course I have to go make sure they're okay.
And they're standing, and they stand I don't know, 50 to 70% taller than Drasis.
And Drasis is almost 7 feet tall, so.
Okay.
Damn.
So somewhere right around 12 feet in height.
I think.
And they're fully shaped, and so their shoulders are almost twice the width of Drasis.
I think
This is literally, mechanically speaking, a large creature.
Vincent is actually going to, like, kind of intrigued by why this was sealed up, is going to start kind of going around the room away from the rest of his group.
Okay.
Sort of more intrigued by how old this is, what might have been here, if there's any clues as to why this was sealed up.
To the right, or so you're standing. Do you want to go in the exact opposite direction? Do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go.
They're going northwest. Go north and then go clockwise around.
Yeah, I'm gonna go basically the direct opposite and then just start going around.
Okay. So that'll be basically southeast.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm making notes here. All right. So we've got northwest and southeast. All right.
And if it comes up, I do have Eye of the Runekeeper, so I can read anything,
Excellent.
just so you are aware.
No. That's important. Thank you. All right.
I think my potion also gives me the ability to read. It's slower, but I can. It's like the comprehend languages spell, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So as you make your way, we'll fast forward a bit, but we're going to start with Vincent and move, and then jump to the larger group, because this should hopefully be the fastest way to go about it. So at the southeast wall, you will find we're going to actually make this an octagon. It's easier for me mathematically because it follows the cardinal directions that way. So at the southeast wall, you will find an engraved mural in the stone. Very ornate. It is also of dwarven make. You think about the same era. I will need another history, though, from you for additional information beyond its artistic self.
Okay. 15.
15. Excellent. So, this particular mural pattern is relatively common for catacombs. Implying that behind the facade are likely burials. If you wish, you can take a turn to study and try and discern from the image itself as to who might be there.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Okay. And what we'll do is next turn, I'll have you. They stick that under performance typically. So basically, we're going to combine your history with performance. So you'll have advantage on this performance check to interpret the art.
Okay.
This is my best improv of what art history might look like using D&D mechanics. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
I like combining skills to make things happen.
Yeah.
I dig it.
All right.
And just so as Vincent is starting to study this and going through that process, he pulls out a small notebook and a pen and starts almost like not taking notes, actually drawing the mural in his notebook, just as sort of that's how he is like processing it, I guess.
I like it. Back to the group. You follow Rocky. You've got, if you wish to speak with Rocky as they're moving, Sunflower, feel free to do so.
She's mostly just calling out to check and make sure they're okay. Is this, does this feel like it's what they're looking for? Just general questions like that, trying to get a feel for where they're at.
It's here. It's in this place.
Oh, good. And she'll report that back to the group. That we're getting warmer.
Ask you if there's anything dangerous down here that we might need to worry about. Like, does it feel anything in the ground vibrations or something?
Okay. Yes. And she'll turn back to Rocky and she'll say, "My friends are wondering if there's anything dangerous down here that we should be aware of. Risk of perhaps another the ground falling again or anything like that."
It pauses for a brief second, like stops its walk, pauses, and then moves again and says, "No, it is stable here."
Excellent.
My apologies for the fall.
It's all right. We trust you.
What's all right?
What did Rocky say?
It's stable here. It's safe. And they apologize for the fall.
Thank you, Rocky.
Fine. I've survived worse.
Yes, that's what I said. We trust them.
Give him a pat on the head.
And when you reach the northwestern wall, you find what actually is similar. Think of it like a modern day mausoleum. And you know how there are the squares or rectangles, and each one of them is basically a burial slot because they go, head first into each of these spots. And relieved into each one is some form of identifier.
We recognize anything around here? This all looks like gibberish to me.
Actually, no, a lot of it doesn't.
Oh.
I'd say over half of it is actually in Dwarven.
Ooh,
Gibberish.
okay.
Oh, I thought that you knew a Dwarven chant.
Yeah.
Drassus
Doesn't
knows
mean I
something.
understand it.
Fair enough. That's a good point. I inferred something I should not have. What are the languages that Morticia knows again?
Giant eagle, of course, and then Elvish.
Yes. Elvish. Gotcha. And Drassus does know Dwarven, though.
Yes.
And Minotaur, Common, and what else?
Orc.
Orc. You'll notice there's Dwarven inscriptions, and in many cases, these inscriptions are clan symbols rather than actual words. So some of them are open to interpretation, like you might recognize them, but you recognize them as Dwarvish in make. You may or may not know the actual clan name.
Sure.
But the first name, if listed, is in Dwarven runes and easily readable. Languages again, for Sunflower.
They're Common, Dwarvish, Minotaur, and Sylvan, but also still the Comprehend Languages potion.
Yes. I was just trying to see which ones are like natural that your character would have history with.
Right.
Let me randomize something. I like to not have everything 100% scripted, so...
I suspect Drassus is just going around reading all these things.
Mm.
Like, oh, one of my old buddies from this one. He was kind of an asshole.
You will, oddly enough, yes, you will find as you guys are looking across, there is one that is basically 2 of these wide and is Minotaur in nature. How sharp is the old memory, Drassus?
I would say that I think things are coming back now that he's like getting the blood pumping. It's not all the way there yet.
Okay. Then go ahead and give me a history check, but do it as if you're proficient and with advantage. If you're not already proficient. If you are proficient, give it to me as though you have expertise and with advantage.
Okay. Oh my god. I can't roll anything that's not single digits. I can't. It just doesn't happen.
That's so
Do you have your
guidance?
guidance
You have
from
guidance?
last time?
You do have
Sure.
I
guidance.
got a new one, yeah.
I'll
Get
Yeah.
double digits.
Do it, do it, do it.
It.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Nice.
That makes it a 13.
Which is good. The target number was a 12. So
Excellent.
you actually recognize the name. It is of your wife's family.
I think
Probably.
you suddenly see Drasus as he gets to this stop talking. He's been reading all the dwarvish ones out loud, but he gets here and he just reads to himself.
Mm-hmm. Now, to date this, they would be older, but not extremely far back, because they were also your son's godfather, or the equivalent of in Minotaur culture. Yes, that son. And namesake.
Yeah, I think Drasus is mumbling to himself sort of here. It's like, why is this here? Why am I here? Is this what that meant? And I suspect if Sunflower comes over there and starts to read, Drasus would just be like, This is family. My family.
Oh. Wow. That's... It's almost like Sunflower is like struggling to find the right word. Like she feels like fascinating is weird, or history isn't quite right. Like you just see her like kind of tilt her head, and it's like she's thinking, not because she's like, you know, she just doesn't know what the right word is. And I think she honestly will just say that. She'll just say, honestly, I don't know what the right word is. Historical? Interesting? Cool? I don't know. Do you feel good about family being here?
This is complicated.
Complicated is an okay way to feel. This is complicated.
No, I don't think you understand how.
The name that Sunflower reads is spelled S-U-M-A-K. And Prince, go ahead and pronounce it for me. I'm terrible with names.
Sumac.
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 Is my son's name.
It's a beautiful name.
I imagine you see the little hilt of my sword glowing a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Pull the sword out.
Did you call me?
No.
I heard my name.
You're not the only one in the family who holds this name.
Well, yeah. You told me that many times.
Do you know about this?
Know about what?
And Drasus explains what's on the wall.
No.
And Sunflower, you're hearing this. This is a back and forth conversation.
Oh my.
Now.
Okay. I think Sunflower as a warforged, just being this like forged being is kind of surprisingly unfazed by this. I think it just makes sense in her head, like, oh, another forged being kind of situation, right? Like maybe not, not quite the same, but it's a forged weapon sort of thing. So she just kind of still has that head tilt of like curiosity. I think, that's her curious head tilt is this way.
You'll also notice that the tip is broken off of the blade.
She's just listening. She has no judgment to offer here, nor does she have any fucking right to be honest. She's just listening.
Wait.
Can you ask the elemental if he knows something about this? Does it know what was here before? Who was here before?
I can ask. And
I'm like, I look at the sword and I'm like, you're not helpful. Stick it back in the sheath.
Sunflower will approach Rocky and just say, "Friend, do you know of the history of this place? What was here before? Who was here before?"
It's here, is what you hear them say, and it raises a fist and punches into one of the slots.
Oh my!
Did we get to see the name of it?
Perception checks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It is in common, so all of you would be able to have read it.
What are you doing over there?
Making a mess!
They said it's here. They said it's here. That's all I know.
If 11's not going to do it, I will use my guidance.
What is your passive perception?
Oh, it's real good. 17.
We'll make that your minimum.
Okay, because Adam's always looking, just because Morticia isn't.
Yeah.
That shadow's got eyes.
And that goes for all of you. Your minimum is your passive in a situation like this. I'm not going to let
1 point difference for me.
Fair enough.
The roll is better than my passive, so I'm taking the roll.
There we go.
Probably shouldn't break open tombs.
There's history here.
From across the room.
I think Sunflower just fires back. There's history here, and that's all you get. Make of it what you will.
Could I have told what it was?
Yes.
Whoa.
Give me 1 second. I forgot to grab the name from my notes. There we go.
Been there.
I keep them in some digital and some on paper, and I forgot which spot I put them in.
Nope.
Yeah.
DM life.
Can relate.
Yep. So I got it now. So the name is that you caught from there was Elisa Lyles. That's ELYSSALYLES for anyone that's taking notes.
Perfect, thank you. But yeah, no, Morty's gonna let Rocky keep smashing. I just wanted to know which tomb is being destroyed.
And the keep smashing isn't really necessary, as he puts his fists right through it without much difficulty and pulls his hand out, and in it he's holding a piece of stone.
Oh, Adam, you found more Rocky, you found more rocks. Good.
For all of you, he'll open his he opens his palm, and it is rose quartz, similar to the scroll case that you all have. And it is an intricately carved heart. Not like Valentine's heart, like anatomical heart.
What is this, friend?
It is what was lost.
Are we gonna put it back in your body? Oh, this is gonna be very exciting.
I'm very glad we have found what you lost.
We found a heart! Vincent, we found a heart!
What?
Does it still need the stone?
Friend, do you still need the stone I gave you?
At this point, the elemental will turn about face from the wall back toward the rest of y'all and or down to y'all. Take a step back so it can face y'all because you're all kind of up there. And lowers its other hand, open palm, and the whimsy stone rises to the surface. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And Sunflower will take it back and would Drassus want the stone back right now, or should Sunflower just hold on to it?
If you try to handle it back to Drassus says, no, you hold on to it. This just helped me find old memories that should have stayed buried.
And Sunflower will poke at it for a moment. Yeah.
Did we solve the mystery?
We're going to pan back around to where Vincent is for a second. And let's go ahead and see what you learned.
Oh, yeah. Performance check.
Performance.
And
yes.
What am I adding to it?
With advantage.
With advantage, okay.
Mm-hmm.
A nat 20?
Oh, nice. Nice. So, as you've kind of studied this, you will note that this particular wall holds the resting place of the clan Ruby Delver, which is the emissaries of the Dwarven holds here in Riverheart. And in particular, it holds the first ambassador who had perished while doing a variety of work here at Riverheart under unknown circumstances. And the reason that you pick up on the unknown circumstances is less about history and more about the way it's presented in the art, as they will not be forgotten, and their death will not be in vain, and they will be avenged. And this is all through interpreting the imagery.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll kind of write that down. Is there anything from like my past that would trigger or remind me of or anything like that?
Vincent is from Riverheart, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, actually. It was big news back then that the ambassador who had been dealing with the 5 families here and creating a mutually beneficial, and what seemed on the surface at least, equally desired like diplomatic contract mysteriously died. Some said he was poisoned, which is not an easy thing to do to dwarves. Others said that he was just old, which he was, but he wasn't that old for a dwarf. You know, older than middle age for sure, but definitely not elderly. To a human, I mean, 250 years is still a lot.
Mm-hmm. I'll kind of look to either side and see if there's more beyond this like mural.
Oh yeah, as you go around, each of no matter what direction you go, each of these walls has some form of relief work to them. Some are artistic, some are just well-crafted stone. So think of it aesthetically pleasing rather than artistry, in a sense.
Then I'll get all the way back around to the group. Share that little bit of information. Say, I don't know if this has to do with our big rock friend here. Or this takes a look at this rose quartz heart. Or all of this. But this is what I found.
Drassus, as Vincent describes that, and you all talk about what has been found, your sword speaks up and says, "Huh, the vault does exist. I always thought it was a fable."
I'm sorry, what?
Take it out so it's not so muffled. What vault?
The Vault of Riverheart.
Oh. Treasure.
Supposedly, there was a place deep in the cliffside where some of the early I don't know, allies of the Dwarven embassy were laid to rest, and the five families had kind of stricken a lot of it from the record. You could find hints of it here or there, but mostly in fictional works, poems, things of that nature, that could be interpreted in a variety of ways. And it was widely thought to be some sort of conspiracy or tale. But anybody who was anybody that wanted to hunt treasure always hoped that it was real.
What's supposed to be in this vault?
Treasure.
Yes,
Treasure.
Morticia. Treasure, wonderful. Sword, friend. What's supposed to be in this vault?
Nobody knows. There wasn't a... So some would say the power of the embassy was held here. Some would say that there are riches. Some others believed that it was called the Vault of Riverheart because the magics that actually keep the islands of the five families floating, and the intricate, defying art, stonework of the dwarves that are magically enhanced, that keeps it all running. And that if it were defiled or stolen or removed from this place, that all of the magic would crumble, and Riverheart would crumble.
So saying that's true, this rock friend we have here is taking something from the vault. Are we about to destroy the city?
No, Rocky would never do anything bad. Somebody should look at this quartz heart and analyze it. I can't look at magic. Adam, stop. I don't. Does anybody have magic that can look at this heart?
Let me check.
No.
Not really. I mean, I would like to take a look at it and see if there's anything that stands out, but I don't have any identify or anything like that.
Yeah.
Identify or detect magic, or an Arcana check will give you some insights.
I have.
It is not worth me doing an Arcana check.
I'll roll for the Arcana
A
check.
9.
Okay, 15's solid. I mean, I'll try for the sake of trying. Morticia ain't no quitter.
There you go.
Hey!
Hey.
Oh my god, Prince.
I feel
With
like
a 17 minus 1.
I feel like that's fitting though, given that there's some sort of connection between Drassus and this place.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the 15s. Vincent, actually, I'm going to start with Vincent. You'll notice that the stone heart itself does not remind you of magical, like arcane focus or anchor of sorts that would be fairly recognizable, especially for someone from your background, and that in your past, Vincent, was the Pact of the Talisman, which is very much about connecting to an arcane object. So it doesn't strike you as one of those, which would be kind of where your character might jump to an assumption if that rumor were true. To Morticia, when you see this, you see value in it. There is definitely something that you believe wizards and scholars and those that are thirsting for magical artifacts would pay money for.
Okay, I'm enamored by it then.
Sunflower, when you look at this, you see it in a slightly different light.
Okay.
Similar to your build as a Warforge, this reminds you of a core, like the core to a being or a core to a creature.
Mm-hmm.
That if there is magic involved, it is the essence of a sentient being. Drassus, as you look at that, you are reminded again of the feel of the quartz stone scroll case that you had held a couple hours before. And without touching it, you kind of get the impression that it is much like that, a vessel. That it does contain something. But not a vessel like a cup or a vessel like a bag or anything like that. But very similar to what I described for Sunflower, it is a vessel similar to how your sword is a vessel.
Mm-hmm.
It contains something that has value to the right person or being that is priceless.
I hesitantly relay this to the party.
Oh, I mean, yeah, look at that thing. I could sell it to a wizard and
No.
not only. Oh.
No.
This is not something you sell.
Okay. So what?
I don't know much about how I was made, because I was found broken, but it the feeling I get from looking at it is that perhaps something like that is inside of me, and that if you took that out of me, that I would no longer be me.
Is there a chance that that is Rocky's self?
Yes. I think so.
Put it back. Put it back. Put it back.
I mean, it is either Rocky's self or Rocky's loved one. That's the only assumption I can make.
You see, Vincent steps back a little bit from Rocky and kind of tightens his grip on his cane.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You should ask if one of these is inside of Rocky.
Sunflower will turn to Rocky to ask more about the heart, and she'll say, "Is this yours? Does it belong to you or someone else? Do you have one of these?"
The elemental will shift its face to look at you eye to eye. So it moves down its body and says, yes.
It's you?
Let's go with persuasion, because that's the best thing I can think of at this point. Okay. I want to see how comfortable he is with sharing something of this nature.
Okay. I mean, I can also roll nature if you want.
No.
Okay.
It's more about social connection.
Mm-hmm.
And the elemental smiles and kind of emulates a sigh.
Hmm.
It is my wife. And that's where we're going to end the episode.
Oh, I love Rocky.
I would die for Rocky.
Seriously.
We all would. We all would right now. Oh.
Please officially join the party.
Yes.
Is that where you're
That's
planning
it.
for this encounter to go, Chris? Where we have a rock elemental best friend now?
I knew that was a possibility with this encounter. I wasn't
claiming
sure.
a rock.
I mean, it really would have depended on who was first to interact with the elemental and whether or not you all tried to stop them or tried to empathize with them or understand them.
Or tried to just chaos them.
Or just tried to chaos them. And I figured it was probably 60% like the social route, and 40% chance that it could be conflict involved. But
this is too relatable to Drasus. Drasus wants to get away now. This is too close to emotions.
There's a reason this was set to your the message that Drasus.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, everyone in chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. I hope you enjoyed the story. Chris, thank you for sharing your story and your talent with us. The rest of the cast, thank you for the beautiful characters you brought. Why don't we one last time say where people can find you? Everybody in chat, go follow these amazing creators. And we are going to start with our GM, Chris.
Hi, everyone. My name's Chris Geary. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary. You can find me here on Thursdays with the Reclamation project. Occasionally, you'll find me over on the Wandering Society with different games as well. But currently, this is my only live stream.
Awesome. B.
Hello, I have been the Agent of Chaos, Morticia, but I am regularly known as B. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. I am a podcaster, streamer, sometimes cosplayer, and the community manager for D&D Adventurers League.
And Leona.
Hello, my name is Leona. You can find me on Twitter @BillLeonaMaple, and that is the best place to keep up with all the things that I do. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, intersectionality, your old tabletop consulting kind of stuff, as well as streams and podcasts and all kinds of things. I'm actually going to be on a Pathfinder stream tonight. This is actually happening tonight. Not
Nice.
like last week when I said what's happening and I'll tell you what. So that is actually happening tonight. Yes, please follow me on Twitter. That is the best place to keep up with all of the chaos that is me, and I'm sure we will have a good time.
And Prince.
Hey everybody, I'm Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice around the internet. Much like everybody else, you should follow me on Twitter at Dimples and Dice. I have a lot going on, so I'm not going to go through the whole list of things. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, following my Twitch channel, Dimples and Dice, and following Roland D's 20s, which is my sister station where I'm the storyteller, Vampire the Masquerade Philly by night. And tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be over on the Martlet Games channel. And a new little mini series where I am playing a disgruntled ghoul who is not happy with my Dometer for a surprising reason. You'll see.
Intrigue. And I'm gonna echo everything that they just all these people do amazing work, are 100% worth your support. So please take the time to go do that. It might seem silly that like a little follow on Twitter or a retweet that someone's doing is helpful, but it is super helpful to all the stuff that content creators do. And I'm Steven. I am at @the_bad DM on Twitter. I am the usual DM on this channel, producer, editor of the Faeforge Academy podcast, which is a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition podcast set in this world. So if you've enjoyed what Chris is doing, this is a different region outside of where our podcast typically takes place. But we have an episode every Friday. I think in 2 years, we've had 2 Fridays where we didn't have an episode. So there's constant story happening. A lot of great people. We also have, on our YouTube channel, there are, I believe, 3 other campaigns that we have done at this point, also all in the same world, that are all affecting the storyline. Stuff that happens here will affect what happens in the podcast. It's all connected. It's a lot of fun. So on all your favorite podcatchers, look for Faeforge Academy, and we will be back here next Thursday with some more rock shenanigans. And I am going to go to our ending screen, but we're going to find someone to raid real quick.
Rocking and rolling.
Oh, no, not again. Okay. On that note, we're going to say bye. I'm going to load up a raid, so if you all would hang out for that, and then give whoever we send a lot of love, we'd appreciate it. All right. See y'all next week.